NXT Heatwave was amazing. I was thoroughly surprised and shocked. To those who maybe watch NXT regularly, you probably weren't shocked, I guess. But for me, it was shocking because I don't watch NXT very often. And I did watch, I believe it was Stand and Deliver, the pay-per-view before WrestleMania 40, and that was amazing as well. So going into this, I wasn't really expecting anything because I was kind of just bored. I was just sitting at home. I was like, there's NXT Heatwave coming on, so like I'll check it out. And out the gate, both North American men and women title matches were unbelievable, honestly. Small criticism for the women. The spacing and timing of some of the segments and moves were a little bit rough, but for what the match was and what they were going for, man, like they were hitting the moves and it was just looking beautiful, some of them. And only problem was some of the spacing and timing for the moves, but outside of that, they were pretty much doing them in the most perfect way you could possibly do them. And only issue was that sometimes they were either too far from one another or they timed it wrong. But man, was the matches for both North American titles for male and women were just beautiful, just amazing matches, male and female. They were amazing all around, and I was so shocked. Wesley versus Obafemi really was just a masterclass match. You would think that Obafemi, being as big as he is, it would be kind of hard to, make a match with a quick, light on his feet, high flyer like Wesley. Somewhat difficult, but he's not as bad at keeping the pace with someone like that. And despite being bigger, he can just honestly just turn up the moveset, be a little bit more intuitive in ring than to just get outpaced. And both were just amazing. Both had phenomenal spots. Wesley put it all out there, and you just had this feeling of, wow, like these guys are really, really like putting on a match that they feel like cannot be forgotten. And it left a deep impression on me. I will say I might have a somewhat affected view on the show because I don't watch NXT very often. So to a NXT fan, this might be like not the craziest pay-per-view, but for someone who doesn't watch it very often, this was crazy. So both North American matches were amazing. And all the wrestlers involved really blew my mind, honestly, truthfully. Kelani Jordan, man, amazing. Suka, she was phenomenal. I just didn't expect to see the talent to be as polished and as amazing as they were. And then the tag match. Personally, I really wasn't looking forward to the tag match. I kind of wrote it off, but even that was really fun to watch. I can say it wasn't as intriguing. It wasn't as intriguing as the first two matches, but that's okay. That's okay. I don't believe there was like a deep story. I didn't get any sense of a story there, even from the video packages. So maybe I'm wrong, but I just wasn't super interested. But even that match was really, really good. And really fun to watch. And then after that, we got Roxanne Perez versus, I'm sorry, I'm about to butcher the name. I'm kind of even forgetting a little bit. It's Lola, right? Lola Vice, right? Sorry, I had to do a little bit of a cheat code and look it up, but Lola Vice. I'll be honest, I think Roxanne Perez pretty much carried this match. I don't think Lola Vice was quite on the level of Roxanne. And, I don't want to be super critical. I know NXT is relatively a developmental brand, but yeah, Lola Vice was, to me, carried, but they still had a pretty decent match. There was only like one bad botch, which was Roxanne hitting the Pop Rocks finisher move on Lola Vice, and I think it was like she tried to do it a third time in the ring, and I don't know what happened. They rolled over, and I don't know, man. It looked pretty bad, but it's okay. I mean, most of the match wasn't out of this world, and Roxanne to me was really, as good as she tends to be. So good deal. I thought it was a good match. It was a decent match, but not maybe by far one of the weakest matches in the show. I feel like tag match and that match kind of compete for maybe the weakest match of the show. But then we get to the main event, the fatal four-way between Shawn Spears, Javon Evans, Ethan Page, and Trick Williams. And I wasn't sure what to expect going into this match, but man, did all of them show out. But the highlight by far, if you don't agree with this, I just think you're a weirdo. But Javon Evans, man, dude is man. Dude is a star. Dude's gonna be a star, and I hope that he's treated well at NXT and respected, and he grows considerably. Because, oh man, like he was by far like this beaming light in this entire match, and he was just unbelievably fun to watch through and through. He by far took MVP of that match. He was the guy of the match, and I loved everything he did. Trick Williams was really fun to watch. He had a lot of momentum. He learned to keep the pace and, keep even just the psychological aspect of the match, because I could also see Trick Williams getting very irritated and agitated with Javon being so unbearably close to actually winning the NXT championship. And that was really interesting to see that dynamic and see Trick kind of almost like tilt on being heel and just feel aggravated that Javon in a way is outshining him in the ring. That was just beautiful. Shawn Spears and Ethan Page, they did their thing. They weren't per se anyone that I was super, interested in the match, but they played very good antagonists. And, it ended in a very shocking fashion, which was Trick Williams knocking out Ethan Page with a knee. And, well, Ethan Page fell on Javon, who Trick Williams also accidentally knocked out, or maybe intently knocked out. I'm kind of forgetting there, but he knocked out both of them, and Ethan Page ended up falling on Javon and got the victory, got the win. And now we have a new NXT champion. Me personally, not super big on Ethan Page, but what I will not do is say that this is a bad outcome of any kind, because it's not. That's not fair to Ethan Page. That's not fair to anybody else in that match who made that, match happen. And it's not fair to Shawn Michaels or anyone who is contributing to the NXT stories and production. So I don't want to take away from that. I just know, me personally, not a super big fan of Ethan Page, but there is room for things to elevate as long as things are written well. So I'm interested to see where things go. Phenomenal match, pretty cool ending, and then we got Joe Hendry at the end. So that should be really fun to see where that goes. As I'm recording this, I'm a little late on this, by the way. Joe Hendry has come back with Trick Williams, and I kind of should maybe review that show, but I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm still iffy on whether I want to do NXT reviews consistently, but we have this for now. So yeah, NXT Heatwave was really, really good. That match was amazing. I kind of want to go back and watch Heatwave. And yeah, it just kind of shocked me. And I was like, I should kind of review this. So on my scale, if I had to scale NXT Heatwave, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 7. Yeah, I think I'm comfortable with a 6 out of 7. I really, really thought the show was amazing and really, really fun to watch. And that might be affected again because I don't watch NXT often. Maybe they do this very often. But for me, it's fun to watch because I didn't think that kind of performance would happen on NXT on a pay-per-view that I've never heard of, like Heatwave. So yeah, that's my little small review, my messy review. I'm not any crazy script, guy with with videos. I don't do heavy scripts, but maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. But yeah, just super interesting show, super fun to watch, and it just kind of inspired me to do a video. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts, and catch you later.